Taurus, this is your reading for November 2025. So we're going to jump straight into your reading to see what messages are here for you for the month. It's an interesting month, November, because we have quite a few planets in retrograde, including Mercury retrograde. So that can bring a little bit of a delay, a pause, nothing to be concerned about. I think the retrogrades have a purpose, and as long as you go with the flow and trust when things are working, when they're not working, and not try and force against the energy, it'll be just fine. But let's have a look, because retrogrades also bring some surprises. Especially we've got the Uranus moving back into Taurus from Gemini. So that's going to be interesting because that can bring different surprises, unexpected events. But let's see what's going on for you and what Spirit wants you to know. So to begin, you have surrender to silence, surrender to effortlessness, and transformation. Okay, this is going to be a powerful reading. So let's see. Now, surrender to silence is about getting still and replenishing your energy. So if you've been feeling tired, exhausted, overextended, this month, especially with the retrogrades, you are going to be doing so much better if you go with the flow, resting more this month, going into the silence and the stillness within, and replenishing, listening to any guidance that comes in intuitively, but definitely going is exactly the message of the retrogrades, actually. Going with the flow instead of pushing against either doors that aren't closing or, there's some days where you just wake up and you're just not in the flow. And I've learned over the years that the more that I push it and try, it just doesn't work. Even the same with my tarot readings. If I'm not in the flow, before I've tried and I've pushed, I've tried to do them anyway, and there'll be some problem, a glitch in the computer. It'll be they haven't worked out very well and I've had to redo them anyway. And that's really your message through the month of November. Take it easy where you can. Go with the flow. If the things that aren't working, do tasks that are easier, more effortless. And it's saying that's the art of living. Stop pushing so hard. And maybe, Taurus, you've been pushing too hard. You are a really, really hard worker. And there's a bit of a lesson in that with this card during the Mercury retrogrades. Because is that pushing so hard that it's coming at a cost to your health, to your happiness? Because life doesn't want you to live like that. I don't know if you found it, but I don't know when I get in the flow, I start lecturing. I'm sorry. But when you find that when you're in the flow, it just happens. It's effortless. And you can be successful and get so much more done in a short period of time. And I've noticed that sometimes when you're in the zone, oh my gosh, you're like powerhouse. You're surprised at how much you get done. And I'm saying all this because that's what Spirit is really wanting you to know this month. And it's for your well-being, for your health, for your happiness. Nothing should come at the cost of your joy, your life, your body. And you've got transformation with deep healing. So we're going to take a deeper look at that because I'm so much power in this card for you. And I can see it because of your tarot. You have the two of Pentacles in the recent past. Your energy for the month of November is the World. Amazing. And I'm going to pull another card with the future. Yeah, okay. All right. So starting coming into the month, you have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is the juggling card. It's when we have a lot of, and that's what I was feeling for you, Taurus, is when you've got a lot of responsibilities, you've got lots of things that you're juggling. And he manages to juggle them quite well. And the reason that he is, even though he's standing on one foot, he's juggling two pentacles, is because he needs to stay in the present moment to do that. He needs to breathe. He needs to relax. Otherwise, these pentacles are going to fall. And because when he's stressed, he's going to wobble. He's just not going to cope. And in the background, we can see the ocean. And the ocean's the emotions. So what this meaning of the card is that when we stay centered and we deep breathe and we stay in the present moment and just focus on what we're doing at the time, then we're able to juggle so much better. If he's thinking of the future and thinking of what he's got to do next and all the problems that he's going to lose his balance. And so that's going to be an important message for you for the month. But your major theme is the world, which is the end of a cycle. So if you've gone through a really hard cycle, Taurus, and we go through those, don't we? We go through really hard cycles of either some sort of challenge that we've had to work through and overcome and learn. But when we go through that cycle, we've learnt the lesson, we come to the world. So there's some lesson, and because this is a collective reading, I'll see if I can get a bit more specific, but the actual lesson is going to be different for all of you. But the world is where you've gone through the challenge, the obstacles you've overcome, and the conclusion of that lesson. So that's beautiful, because with the world, then there's the fresh new start. So we'll find out. I'm going to see if I can find out a little bit more about the world for you. And then at the end of the month, you have the 2 sevens, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Swords. But this is moving on to calmer shores. So we can see in these cards, the 7's the cards of the conflict. So if you've been through challenges and conflicts and where you feel that you've been betrayed, and, they're not the easiest to 7's. And maybe you've had a detriment of some sort through that. So it could be like relationships where there's been a lot of challenge and maybe you've lost something along the way. It could be financial, or you've had a financial loss, or a loss that's made you feel that's lost your self-worth a little bit, that you're moving on from that. They're moving on to calmer shores. So she's in this canoe, and she's got all of the wisdom that she's gained from her past experiences. So don't lose track of how much you've learnt through the challenge. It's like we never want to become bitter, although it's easy to be bitter because we can go through some horrible stuff. But the beauty of this card is that she's taking all of that wisdom to another destination where life can be calmer and better. And she's taken all of all that she's learned with her. And he's the guide. So you could have someone that's guiding you through this process to find calmer shores, but it can also indicate spirit, that your guides, that spirit, that the universe is helping you move to calmer shores. Now, if you've recently had a change, say you've moved home, change in career, then this is really confirming that you are moving away from this energy, this conflict energy, which is great. moving to calmer shores. Now, can we please have a bit more deeper insight on the world? Please help me to understand the world. Okay. Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is a bit of an immature energy, but it's also very lighthearted. It's emotional and creative. Curious. Page, Ace of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Oh, so I feel there's been some sort of reluctance to open up and let love in. And maybe that's because you've been hurt. There's been deception in relationships before. But this month is to help you to open up to it again. And it's understandable if your heart's a bit guarded, Taurus, because that's what happens. We learn to guard our hearts, especially if there's been a lot of conflict. But the end of the cycle is just so positive. And I feel like the message is that it's safe to open up. Now, carrying on from your last reading, if you saw that last month, which was a great reading, the Emperor. Now, I think the Emperor came out last time as well, but it's the same message. You are stepping into your power and authority. And this is great because when we have our own power and authority, we may get information from other people and sources, but at the end of the day, we make our own decisions. We don't allow other people to control us. We don't allow people to take advantage of us or make us or sway our decisions. This is about, Taurus, what you want for your life, not what other people want, not allowing other people to do, to interfere. So stepping into your power, taking control of your life and what you want for yourself, which is amazing and awesome. I love that. I love that. So throughout the month, you could definitely be juggling. I think that's going to be your biggest. You're stepping into your power, you're juggling. I think you're still healing from some of the hurts of relationships. And of course, this is a general reading, so take the parts that resonate, leave what doesn't. But I can definitely see these conflicts that you're, I think, to be honest, they've wounded a little bit of your worth and your ability to let love in. And that's okay. You don't have to open up again straight away, but you're definitely moving on to calmer shores. And you are going through a healing. So either I'd imagine you're aware of it or unconsciously as the universe is helping you to heal from on a cellular level, on a deep level, from anything that you've been going through. Or should I say anything that you've been through? And are there any challenges for Taurus this month? Okay. You have the Knight of Cups. So Taurus, the challenge could be opening up to love. Letting people love you, opening up to love. If you've been jaded or upset through a past relationship that you've been burnt, but this could be in work, it could be anywhere because relationships are involved in everything. This is about opening up to love again, allowing love in. And it's okay if you've got to do it gradually. And you can still have good boundaries. Choosing who to allow love in from. But I can feel you a little bit cautious, but you'll be standing in your power. And is there a message? Let's see. I do want to ask, what's in hopes, dreams and wishes? What's Taurus hopes, dreams and wishes? Super clear reading, Taurus. This is amazing. Love when readings are, there you go. Hopes, dreams and wishes, death and rebirth. So I think this is really letting go. I think you're really ready to let go of the troubles of the past. And with the death card, I'm getting for some of you, because it's the death and rebirth, and it's not a death, so don't worry about that. Because a lot of people don't understand what the death means in tarot, but it's actually a part of you, the death of the ego, the death of the part of you that it could be anything. It could be to do with your self-worth. It could be to do with creating the conflicts. It could be the part of you that's held yourself back. But I think for a lot of you, it's this moving on to calmer shores. Having a new, fresh start. But there'll be something in you, and maybe you'll be seeing that this month with this transformation. There'll be something that needs to be transformed, or that will be transformed. So, Taurus, you might want to do a little bit of digging deep, introspection, which is really good for the retrogrades. Looking within. What do I want to see within myself? Or am I willing to see within myself to be transformed and healed, so that you can really have this beautiful new beginning? What do I need to release within me so that I can step into my power? That's the question. With the Emperor. All right. Now let's ask the angels. So your guides, your angels that are here with you, that are with you from birth, and probably many, many, many lifetimes, that know you better than you know yourself. And we'll see what message they want to bring through. So angels, can we please have a message for the sign of Taurus for the month of November? What do they need to know? What do you want them to know? And I keep getting drawn to the stop pushing so hard, Taurus. And okay, you have the card of patience. Patience. And that's earth energy. And with the earth energy, when we create and when we make a change, it's like when we plant a seed or we're creating a garden. It doesn't happen overnight, but you're going through such a big transformation, Taurus. I feel that you've gone through a really big change, and you're still going through a change, and you're going through the healing to do with that too. So being really patient with yourself, especially through your own journey of growth, because we don't get it right all of the time. We make mistakes, we're human, we fall back into old patterns. But the angels really want you to know that your dreams, what you are putting energy into, to become the Emperor, to take control, to build your wealth, to create the life that you want, it is blooming, it is working. And although it might be slower than you realised, have faith in it. The angels are really there, telling you you're doing a great job, supporting you, guiding you. And just have patience. Have patience with yourself. Trust the flow of the universe. Don't try to force anything this month, and you'll be doing great. This is such a positive. You've actually had really positive readings this year. I feel like you've gone through a lot, but it's massive, massive transformation. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. But you're doing really well. That's what's really showing in your tarot. So on that, Taurus, I'm sending you all of my love, light and blessings. On the new moon of every month, I do a healing, energy healing ritual. And that is to ask the divine and ask the universe to clear, heal and attract the things in life that you want. So if you would like to be included in that healing, pop a heart in the comments with the area of life that you want the healing on. So that could be in health, if you're wanting a new job, if you're wanting to find the soulmate, the love of your life, pop a heart in the comments and I'll include you in the healing. So as well, thank you for likes, subscribes and comments. They help my channel so much to grow, which is wonderful. I love doing this and I hope it helps you through the month of November. See you next time.